Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out Projective. It's a first-person puzzle game where essentially we're going to be solving puzzles by using perspective to manipulate things in our field of vision to then create an image that we're given and try and replicate it as closely as possible. It's a game from the Global Game Jam 2014 and it's incredibly calming and just sort of relaxing and contemplative, and I really enjoy finding experiences like that. And on top of it, just lovely art as well. Fairly minimalistic, but I think that usually serves well, especially in situations where you don't have a particularly long amount of time to develop a game. That seems to be the realm that we seem to be exploring pretty much the most here. So why don't we jump into things? We'll have a look, see if we can solve puzzles. If we get particularly stuck or anything, then I will pass the baton on to you guys to continue on where I left off. But this is a free game, by the way, available to be played online in your browser for free, especially, you know, on Congregate and such. So if you're into it, let's have a look. So we're going to be looking at a very abstracted space here. There's not a lot going on. There's just a big room with some fog of war, some view distance fog, and a whole bunch of orbs suspended in the air. So you'll see in the top left corner we've got a picture frame with an image sort of looks like a snowman missing a few segments to it, and it says we're supposed to search for that snowman. So all we have to do is essentially highlight the two balls that would be the ones that would create this snowman. We also do have to form the correct image by finding that correct perspective, and it's rather particular exactly with where you're standing. So you want to make sure that it's going to be about as close as you can get it. This looks like a pretty good match, so I'm going to grab these two, and then if this ends up getting highlighted, it'll put a big circle around it in the corner if this is correct. The one thing that I worry about a little bit, though, is like sometimes it seems like maybe you could solve some of these with a couple of solutions, although, I don't know, is that right? It seems pretty right to me. You know, I guess the proportions are a little bit off. The ball on the bottom is a tad bit bigger, so I'm guessing that is not the correct solution. And throughout this whole thing, we've got some very quiet, enjoyable pads playing in the background. Almost kind of lulls you into a trance while you're doing your searching through this environment, which, again, it's not particularly in your face or anything, so it sort of just lets you take it at your own pace. There's no time limit. You're not in a rush. There's not a lot of flashing lights or colors going on. This is definitely something you can take your time with and enjoy at your own pace. What about this combination? Is this going to work? This doesn't quite look right to me. This one looks, the bottom ball seems to be quite substantially larger than we want here. What about something like this? What if we got close up? Now, I can't really duck or anything, so I kind of have to do it just the way that it's given, which is sort of bringing me back to wondering if it was actually the one that I had in the first place. Wait, what about... Oh, this is... What about if we reverse these two here? Oh no, I think this one's so large that we can't quite get the right perspective from the other side. So it seems like it's gotta be these two then, right? Unless there's another combination that I'm just not seeing. That looks pretty close. Maybe the cursor has to be in exactly the right spot as well. I did solve a couple of these while I was getting my sound levels, and I didn't really have any problems with this one, so I've already forgotten which it was that was the solution, of course. That's just sort of how I work with these episodes. But I was thinking it was this. Any other, what if I do something with these ones? No, I think we just end up back in the same spot again. Oh, there it is. Alright, thank goodness. Alright, so that'll bring us to the second room, which is more of a green tinge to it. Again, just sort of a boxy, square-shaped room, but it does seem to have some floating apples and a few various people that look like they're trying to hold the apple up in the air. It's actually reminding me a little bit of Field of Magic, with the flat-shaded characters on it like that, and the sort of irreverent content that occasionally came by. I mean, the idea of a dude holding up a giant apple certainly tends to fall into the surrealist art tendencies. So how are we going to get an apple on top of this dude? If it is a dude, can't really tell. No need to actually put a gender to that person, I suppose. How about this one over here? Key feature, watch where the leaf tends to be. I think that's going to help us potentially find a solution to this faster. There it is. Okay, that actually was way easier. Alright, so that'll bring us to level 3, where we've got more people, and it looks like falling slices of sausage or bits of a tower or something falling apart and pseudo real time. So we need to find a person that has the right posture here, which is the first thing. And it does help that at least the people tend to be sort of silhouetted in their own right. It's pretty easy to imagine putting these things together. Now, what about this? Also noting, of course, that on top of this pillar, there's another smaller pillar. So I have to find the right framing of these things to go together. And I'm pretty sure they're not going to give me a situation where essentially the solution is probably right in front of me. That doesn't seem too likely. These people are all on completely the wrong side. Also taking note of the fact that the floor here has an angle to it, which I wonder if that plays a role with whatever the solution tends to be. Alright, I haven't even found somebody on the right side of the tower just yet, which is making me think it might be this guy, but there's a pretty critical part of this missing, and I'm not quite sure how to frame that just yet. Alright, where else can we set up a situation like this? Is there... what about... oh, wait a minute. Is that gonna be... is there a way that I can get... oh, there might be, actually. I think we're just gonna ignore the part in the background? That doesn't seem right. It's at such a different angle, though. I don't think there's a way that I could completely block that off. Because you see what I'm seeing, like, the top part of this seems to look like... it's sort of hinting in the right direction, but I think this is sort of a red herring, probably. Oh. Wait a minute. Could that one be leaning in the same direction? No. Let's unhighlight that one. I'm not sure how that one got highlighted in the first place. Highlighted? Highlighted. No, that's definitely not right. What about... there's like one way up in the sky here. It's not quite the same angle, though. And it's far too small anyway. So the challenge, I mean, if you couldn't figure it out already, it's trying to trick your mind into seeing things as a flat plane, which is a thing that I've seen a bunch of indie games do in the last year and a half or so, and it's always a really entertaining task to put your mind to. It's not something that you get to do really much in reality, so it's sort of fun to turn that into a game. This is proving to be a little bit more challenging than I was expecting. I don't even see too many other ways that we could potentially get a person... oh, wait a minute, what about... no, that dude's on the wrong side there. I guess it's got kind of a large collision box around these characters. It seems like I can't always get to the person behind it. I'm betting the trick is going to be, though, that there's something far away that I'm not quite seeing that I need to line up in a weird way. Also, kind of strange, too, that the highlighted blocks seem to filter through into the picture frame on the top left corner. I mean, no big deal. It's just probably a little bug. But caught me off guard. What about something far away like this? Could this be used to create... no, there's no... we need the person holding up the pillar, and there's so few models that are doing such a thing. There's not like one hidden off in the corner that I haven't noticed yet, I don't believe. So there's only so many ways you could even frame the setup. I mean, there's this one here, combines with this one, and that looks pretty close. But I don't think there's anything behind this that I could use to form that top part of the pillar. And I don't think they would just, like, accidentally disregard that. Also, if you look at the feet in position with where the ending of the bottom of this pillar is, like, it's way more narrow, and it's also grounded a bit further beyond the feet, so it's more like here. So this can't be right. What if it's like this pillar here? No, by this point the person's already turned around too far. I am enjoying the search, though. I find that quite entertaining. Oh, what if the trick is I had to, like, combine multiple pillars together into one? That might be a little advanced, though. What's that droplet sound when you highlight things and then unhighlight them? Is quite lovely. It's got some stereo positional stuff going on, and I'm playing this with my headset, so I actually can hear that dropping in different places, which is kind of cool. Oh, what if I have to use... I probably have to use the floor in a special way, and I'm pretty sure there's a reason for it being slanted like this, so that's probably what it is. Probably this only becomes apparent if you're standing in the right part of the floor. And that adds a whole nother level to it. It's like, it's such a simple concept, but you could really be at this for quite a while if you're not getting one of the combinations here, which I am very much not at the moment. And now I'm just highlighting them to see if there's a way that I can somehow, you know, just try and trick my mind a little bit. I really thought this had something to do with it, but it seemed to be. This seems to put the feet at a better position, though. And if I get the scaling up a little bit more, like, look where the narrowness of the pillar, and then look where the bottom lands, and it seems to be about the right perspective with the ground, but there's just no top here. Oh, wait a minute, it's right here. How did I miss that every single time? There we go. Well, that took 5,000 years. I'm sorry that took so long. But anyway, we've solved that one. So this one looks to be the most complex yet, and it looks like this is also the largest room, which is sort of worrisome. I'm not sure quite how long this whole puzzle game is, but I am definitely enjoying the endeavor. And I might want to leave this one to you guys, because I feel like once I've shown you the solution, well, you kind of can't really go back and go ahead and have this be new to you in the first place again. So in this case, we're going to have to find a position where this guy's standing up on a chair, and then also reaching toward a star. I also like that there's some sort of artistic composition to the solutions as well. So it's actually acting like a little bit of art in several levels. Still really confused as to how I missed that little slice that was hanging in the air all those times. It was pretty silly of me. That's probably not the correct one, but it does look like that person's in roughly the correct posture, although this person might be as well. And then we'd have to place this chair under them, something like this, I suppose. But then there'd have to be an orb of some kind underneath the whole setup, as well as a star over here. Now I'm starting to wonder if maybe I'm approaching a solution already, which is kind of worrying me. No? Okay, that star's at too weird of an angle, so that's probably not it. And there's also a few orbs hanging in the air, which I have a feeling, oh, might have something to do with it. Anyway, I think I should probably wrap this up before we get too much further. Like I said, I don't want to spoil the solutions for you, and I'm hoping there's still a few more left to go. But a very, very cool game. I'm really glad I tried out Projective. I think hopefully you guys will like it too. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. And if you wouldn't mind letting me know how many puzzles in total for anybody that was able to solve them all. And in general, what your overall impressions were as well. I'd love to hear from you guys on that topic as well. So with that, I will leave you for another day. Check out the game in the description. It is free again. Like I mentioned, you can play it right in your browser, so there's no need to worry about paying anything for it. And hopefully you have a lovely, relaxing time with it. The other thing, if you want, check out some of my other links in the description too. Up to you, though. Check out my Twitter, maybe, and possibly the website, indie-impressions.com. But I will see you tomorrow. New episodes are every single day, so I hope you enjoyed this one. And if you did, consider supporting the episode with a like. Totally up to you, of course, if you think I deserve them, but I do appreciate it. And comments as well. Just keep the dialogue going if possible. So I will see you again tomorrow. Have a lovely night, and I'll talk to you later.